Oh, welcome to Grammar Lessons with Luke. And I just wanted to talk about something that has pretty much died in modern English, like grammatical discussion, I guess. And it's something that still very much exists, but is usually just reduced down to talking about irregulars and regular verbs, which is totally fine. And honestly, I can't say what's actually better or not. I don't know if any is superior or not. I bet there's probably like legit information out there on on which one's better. But me personally, I just think this is a cool way to think about it because it mirrors other Germanic languages like Dutch and German. But nonetheless, I just wanted to talk about verb classes and just Germanic languages in general. I think, obviously, or I don't know if it's obvious, but my area of interest, at least when it comes to linguistic stuff, is Germanic languages. And I also, like, I like know Spanish, but, and I use that as like a modem to get good at other Romance languages, but I think historically I'm more interested in Germanic languages, and I just wanted to talk about the verb classes. So I'm going to start talking about weak verbs because this makes up like 90% of them, verbs, in English. And so there's three types. There is the regular, irregular, and mixed verbs. And so the regular ones are verbs like talk, where the expected, I don't know, expected, but like regular verb ending with ed is just for the past tense, and past participle is just consistent. So it's talk, talked, and talked. I talk, I talked, I have talked. That's just super simple. And then there's the irregular ones, verbs like burn, where it actually sometimes, because not everyone does write it this way. I think I tend to do this, write it this way, where you say burnt instead of burned in the past tense and past participle. So it's I burn, I burnt, I have burnt. There's like verbs like bless, where the past tense and past participle will be written like this, blessed, which counts as that too. Um, uh, and then there's things like the mixed verbs, like keep, where um, the there's like it ends with t, the verb, like the past tense and past participle ends with t, but the vowel also has a change, so it goes from keep to kept instead of keeped, which is different than verbs like bless versus blessed, where it retains the same vowel in the center, or in the verb. So moving on to, I guess, the more uh, interesting area is strong verbs. Strong verbs, I think, are really cool. They're a good historical record of Proto-Indo-European and umlaut, especially class 3, which is big for umlaut and other Germanic languages. English is cool because it actually retains 3 forms of umlaut, which is pretty cool. Umlaut is like the changing of vowels based upon like the tense and how it serves its role in the sentence. It can manifest differently in other languages. Germanic languages are profoundly known for their practice of umlaut. English actually has tons of words that used to do that a lot more, but they've pretty much died out. So this is fairly inconsistent with sounds. However, it is generally still solidified in English. A lot of words have been losing it, but it's okay. So we'll start off with class 1 verbs. Verbs like ride, where the past tense is rode and the past participle is ridden. That all results in different vowels: ride, rode, ridden, I, o, I. So yeah, that's class 1, and then class 2 verbs are like fly, where the forms are fly, flew, and flown. I, oo, and own. So that's That's class 2. And then class 3 verbs, which is the classic umlaut, where you have a word with an I, and the past tense form becomes a, or yeah, and then the past participle becomes a. So like sing, sang, sung, ring, rang, rung. It's important to note about class 3 though, because I will say that, actually it's not even just like me saying it on my own, this is just kind of like a scene thing. It's actually written here too, but I crossed it out because it makes me sad to see it starting to disappear. But class 3 verbs have been kind of under verbal assault, insofar as how more and more people are kind of rejecting this and just having it oo, which is kind of like what Dutch did, where it deleted one of these. It deleted one of these two at one point in the language. So, yeah. Class 4 verbs are verbs like give. Give, gave, given. I, ave, I. It's like, I'm pretty sure you would write typically stems with these forms tend to take this take this class, and then okay, and then class 5 verbs like speak are way less common, but yeah, so the expected forms are speak, spoke, and spoken, where you have there's like an E-O-E alternation, which is pretty cool. That's much rarer, but you kind of see a similar thing happening in class 4, except this isn't gaven, it's given, so that's important note on why they're differentiated. Class 6 verbs are verbs like shake, or is a verb like shake, shook, shaken, a, ook, or a, u, a. It's characterized by a long A to a long O to a long A. That makes it even that differentiates it between class 5 and class 4. And then class 7 is important to note because this takes forms differently in a lot of verbs. So it's not just these two that I have up here, but these are reduplicating verbs, like fall, where the expected forms are fall, fell, fallen, and then you have verbs like beat, where the forms are beat, beat, and beaten. So it's like the strange. This is the most strange and irregular of traditional Germanic verb strong cases. Like every other class, like 1 through 6, the vowel gradation, which I've been calling ablaut, or I actually haven't said it, ablaut, to form the tenses. It's actually it's through reduplication, and where a syllable is repeated. So like he helped, so if you have it's really difficult to explain, but fell, the past participle, or not the past participle, the past tense fell didn't necessarily come from ablau, but it came from reduplication. Like fall becomes fall and eventually fell. It's the reduplicated forms have pretty much eroded or merged into new vowel patterns. That's why these verbs are super irregular and tend to not follow any other form. Like verbs like let or the present is let, the past is let, and the past participle is let, and verbs like read is read, read, and read, and come is come, came, come. So yeah, and this class is essentially dead in a sense. Reduplication is a century-old thing, and the remaining verbs now are just completely irregular. So these are pretty much frozen, fossilized in their irregular patterns. So yeah, those are like the verbs of English. I think they're pretty cool. And yeah, so that's kind of it. Yeah.